Hi, I'm Arlene Gale Milgram, and I've been asked here today to talk to you a little bit about mixed media because as an artist, I often work in mixed media. The reason I love mixed media is because as an artist, I like to see just how far I can push a piece, which often means too far. And in order to have the freedom to work with many different expensive materials and not worry about what's going to happen, I know that whatever I do, I can redo, I can rip up, I can reassemble, I can paint over, I can collage, and I can work on it till it satisfies me. And especially during COVID, reclaiming failed things seemed very important to me. This is an example of a mixed media piece. The basic print were these sort of squid-like shapes stenciled onto thin paper. When I got the prints back, they were not successful as prints, so I worked into them with permanent marker. And then I still wasn't happy, so I assembled two of them by waxing them together. And then I painted into the wax with encaustic paints, which is also hot wax. And so you can see that it's gone through many transformations, and you couldn't call it a print, and you couldn't call it a collage, and you couldn't really call it a drawing, so therefore it's mixed media. Okay, mixed media doesn't have to be just works on paper, it can also be three-dimensional. So this is an example, these are both examples of three-dimensional mixed media. I started out with these little wooden boxes that were found somewhere, and this one incorporates a small book made from an altered print. The print was altered with magic marker. And around the box, there are stamped letters and permanent marker and bones and graphite and wax and graphite. Watercolor is particularly confusing for some people because they will mix ink with it or have a pencil line show through. It's still considered watercolor. This is an example of watercolor without any extra media, just straight watercolor. This is also considered watercolor, but what I've done to kind of reclaim it is I've pasted pieces of another watercolor on top of it. So even though there's collaged areas, it still reads as and is considered a watercolor for entry purposes in the show. Sometimes people use surfaces that are a little bit unusual. This is a piece of found wood that somebody gave me, kind of distressed with holes in it. But basically it's a painting. No matter that it's on something that's a different structure, it's still straight painting. Print making is another media, and it can be done on, different surface papers. This is on like a ledger paper, but it's still basically printmaking. This is an example of mixed media printmaking. This is a print that was altered with permanent marker, ripped up, reassembled with stitching on a paper, and then waxed. So this is a print at heart at the start, but it's basically a mixed media piece. I hope you could see why I enjoy using mixed media, and I would encourage you to experiment and try mixing different materials together and try to reclaim some old pieces if it's something you'd be interested in. However, I hope that you come away understanding that just adding another material to your work does not necessarily mean it's a mixed media piece. If you have any questions about what category your work belongs in, please call your coordinator, ask questions. They'll be happy to help you, and good luck with the next show.
To find out more about New Jersey's Senior Citizen Art Show or to locate your county Senior Art Show coordinator, visit www.njseniorarts.com.